So hello to my friends and my family. As you can see, I have a new haircut. Maybe it's a shave cut. I'm wearing the hat to cut down on the light glare. It's pretty intense. So to those of you who might not know me or got forwarded this post, my name is Nathan Nelson. I have stage 3 seminoma or testicular cancer that has spread to my lymph nodes. It is curable. It's just a rough process to actually get there, and then there's some surgery. I wrote some things down. It's just really hard for me right now with the chemo to memorize things that I want to say. There's a lot of brain fog. My hands, my voice are kind of shaky. Ringing in my ears are really distracting. Also swollen, my face, my feet, legs, my whole body. I promise it's not the tacos or the ice cream, but maybe some of that is, but anyway. I'm 44 years old, and I never thought I'd hear that fearful statement, you have cancer. When I was 20, I thought I might have brain tumors, but that came back as not growing, so I kind of went through the scans and processes over 10 years, and really it drew me close to the Lord. It was right after I got saved, and it's kind of a wake-up call for me. Realizing eternity was kind of that door into eternity was kind of right there. Like I could be stepping through that any moment. I realized how this phrase cancer, you have cancer, has struck fear in the lives of millions of people. And I can also see it on others' faces when they hear or realize that I have cancer as well. So it can be a scary thing. And whether you're a Christian or not, I think people can look at this life as just, one tragedy after the next, someone going through something, or your life is impacted. And I would say for me, it's making sure that I see God in the midst of it. And sometimes I can think like he's sleeping, like Jesus did on the boat during the storm when the disciples were with him. And the disciples woke him up very abruptly. And I don't know if you've ever been woken up abruptly. I would say those are not my best moments. But anyway, I can say I've done this with God a few sleepless nights, just asking why and listening. And he's clearly spoken to me. And in the midst of the storm or being woken abruptly, Jesus wasn't panicking. And it's a message for me as well. I should not be panicking. He calmed the storm, and I think that's what he does with our lives and with our hearts. This peace that transcends all understanding that the Bible talks about and I've experienced. So I've been serving the Lord 13 plus years, helping some of the most desperate people groups in the world by bringing practical hope and help in God's name, serving at GFA. And it does seem strange that this would happen to me, but God has allowed it, and I seek to see and know him more in the midst of this, and really just see the tables turn on this fallen angel, Satan. For me, the book of Job is a very practical book of the Bible. And not that I'm some super righteous man, but just seeing God's perspective. Another good book is Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. It's about a devil learning to tempt his assignment, and he's writing back and forth this older, more aged devil. So it's a good book to read or listen to. So as I go through this process of lab work, I have my Metaport in here, and chemo, surgeries, the mountains of bills, paperwork, trying to make sure insurance is covering things, looking at different financial aid that hasn't really been going well, and then this GoFundMe, which was recommended by a grant. I realize that God is in the midst of all of this. And really, I've started this GoFundMe just to help take a lot of these things off my plate so I can focus my energy on family, on healing. There's still paperwork and different things I need to do. And so anyway, I tried one day of trying to figure all these things out, and it just was pretty overwhelming. So overall, I trust God will raise up and speak to people's hearts, even those that may not know God yet. He uses all of his children. We are created in his image. If you go through any kind of medical things, our bodies need medicine and surgeries, but it's just amazing how fearfully and wonderfully we're made. And so I hope you're able to be on this journey with me, but know if you can't, it's okay. It really is. We have seen over years God just bring people into our lives to help with our ministry when in need, and we shouldn't panic. I'm also not going to be some sad, long donkey face. It's easy to serve or love in the good times. And I feel like the Lord's just kind of asked, what about when it's hard? And I think these kind of things, God speaks louder, and I think our lives speak louder in the people's lives. So at this link, you can read my story on the GoFundMe page. We've had some challenges with this disease, my family, and if you feel led to support us, I'd really appreciate it. But again, if not, we understand. Also, please read the section. I just wrote this little section on, giving cheerfully and joyfully. I think it's really important that you read that. And I say this again, God will raise up people and do amazing things beyond what I can ever think or imagine. And I hope you are a part of this journey with me, and I pray God's blessings upon you. Thank you for listening.